and welcome to Mandobug Crafts, episode 66. What's up, everybody? My name is Amanda, but you may know me as Mandobug on social media. And let's start this shot with something I've learned. So this week, unfortunately, it's not something that I've learned. It's something that I'm doing for the first time ever, which is silly because I've been knitting for a while, but I had never knit on 16-inch circulars before. So this is my very first project on 16-inch circulars. So you might be like, why? Why has that never happened? You've knit hats, you've knit all these things. So my very first needles were Knit Picks interchangeables, and the Knit Picks interchangeable sets do not go down to 16-inch circumference. So when it came time for me to knit my first hat, I just learned magic loop. I was like, I'm not buying more needles, I have all this interchangeables, I'm not gonna do it. So I learned magic loop, and I've always knit my hats magic loop. And so I was getting ready to start this project, and I was looking over the requirements, and I saw 16-inch needle, and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and try it. Why not? So I got these are the Addy Rockets 16-inch US 9, and I'm really liking the 16-inch circumference because it, that's what the pattern calls for, that's what fits on the needles, and you just go around and around and around, no magic loop fuss. Not that magic loop is extremely fussy, but I think this is more convenient than having to be conscious, or at least I have to be conscious when I get to the ends and I'm switching from needle 1 to needle 2 on a magic loop. So I've really been enjoying having a 16-inch circumference for my project. Eventually, down the road, I want to get the Addy Click sets, and they actually have short tip lace sets that you can get a 16-inch circumference with. So you don't have to go outside of the set to get your 16-inch. So I'm pretty sure that's the set I'm going to get when I get a set, but that'll be down the road in the future. But because I don't have any finished objects this week, I'm just going to go straight into works in progress. So this is a gorgeous little piece. I'm very excited about it. This is the Bandana Cowl by Purl Soho, and it starts at the bottom here. You cast on all these stitches and you do a couple rows decreasing here. Oh, it's a free pattern, so I don't mind sharing the information. So you do your decreases here, and it kind of makes a point, and then you start doing short rows. And these short rows start to give you this triangle shape where it's still pretty shallow in the back. And you keep doing short rows until you get the full triangle, and then you finish off the rest of the cowl so that when you put it on, it makes this nice V shape at the bottom. I actually received a cowl, this cowl pattern that was knit up by a coworker and friend of mine last year for Christmas, and I absolutely loved it. Of course, she made me an orange one, and I absolutely love it, but I was thinking, I need a pop of color. And I feel like blue usually makes my blue eyes pop, and it's not something I usually wear, so I think it would be a nice accent to my mostly black wardrobe and still kind of hopefully make my eyes pop. The yarn is Simply Natural by Haiku, and it's a fun little blend. Where's my tag? Oh no! My tag's gone. But I want to say it's a merino alpaca, maybe silk blend. I'll have to put it up on the screen because I don't know where my tag went. Normally it's inside the ball, but maybe it fell out. The kids have been getting into my stuff lately, so maybe they ate it. Like, seriously, my kids are still eating paper. If you've been following me for a while, you know I've talked about that in the past. They like to chew on paper. I mean, I think I get most of it out of their mouth, but maybe they eat some of it. I know it's not going to harm them, but it's just a thing that they do, and I have to watch, so they may have eaten it. As far as other works in progress, I have only just done a little bit more on this poncho that I've been designing. I stopped because I got far enough down the body that I want to reincorporate the lace again, but in order to do that, it requires me to count how many stitches there are, and so I can make sure that I have the right number of stitches to put the lace repeat in. So I've kind of just been putting that off because I didn't feel like counting. So I picked up projects like the Cowl that don't need counting. And so this poncho, I talked about it last week. I am designing just a quick little crochet poncho using Haiku Simply Worsted in this metallic sparkle gray yarn. And then the only other knitting that I've done this week is a swatch. So last week I talked about wanting to design a cowl to feature this button that I got as a gift. And so here is the swatch that I've done. I did a brioche swatch using gray on the top with the multicolor that I really want to use, and then the orange on the bottom with the multi I want to use, and the reverse sides, because brioche is reversible and awesome like that. I think I'm still really leaning towards the gray and the multi. I haven't made a decision for sure yet because I want to do a crochet swatch, because I still haven't decided if I want to do a knit design or a crochet design. Just with the picture I had sketched up, I thought that the brioche would be fun on the neck, because I had sketched vertical stripes here, then like a solid shape with the button on the shape. So not a functional button, more of a decoration statement button on top of a solid color on top of the stripes, with some horizontal stripes down here and some lace at the edge. Very Tim Burton-esque, I think. Is that even a word? Whatever. You know what I mean. So I haven't really been doing a lot of crafting this week, so that's pretty much all of my crafting content. So if that's where you're ready to check out, I will see you next week. But if you want to know why I've been so busy, just keep on watching. So for Check It Out, I was going to share this awesome book, The Big Book of Kombucha. Now, my mother-in-law brews her own kombucha, and she's been brewing for a while now. I mean, maybe even a year. That sounds about right, or more. And so every week that I go up there and visit and let them see the grandkids and hang out, because we do crafty stuff together too, which we can now that I live up here, which is amazing. Hi, Emily. Are you eating peanut butter jelly? Okay. So she's been brewing, and every week I go up there, and every now and then she'll have to bottle or, start a new brew. And so I've kind of been watching it. She's let me taste it, and I want to start. So she let me borrow this book so I can learn all that I need to know to not mess up my brew. We don't want any mold. It's a really, really good and resourceful book if you are interested in learning more about kombucha. It's got a whole section in the front about the potential health benefits from drinking kombucha, which, if you don't know, it's a fermented tea. So you basically brew tea, and you put this, they call it a SCOBY. I'm trying to remember what it's called. It's like symbiotic culture of bacteria and yeast. And it's like a balance between bacteria and yeast coexisting in this organism that you put in your tea. It eats the caffeine, it eats the tea, it eats the sugar, and it produces like a vinegary taste. So when you first do it, it's all just sweet tea, but as the tea ferments, you get kind of a sour vinegary taste. And, when it gets to the point that you like to taste it, I want to say the book said somewhere between 7 and 21 days, then you tap it. And the way my mother-in-law does it, she'll put flavors into bottles, and she'll tap it out and then let it do a second fermentation process for 2 to 3 days in the cupboard to give it some extra carbonation and let the flavors sink into the brew. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm really excited. My husband thinks it's absolutely disgusting. like he saw the SCOBY. If you see the SCOBY first, you're less willing to taste it, and you have preconceived notions about what it's going to taste like. Because of course some people don't like a bitter taste like that, but some people are off-put by the visuals. Doesn't bother me, I like fermented things, I like kimchi, so I'm like, whatever, I like it, and my body liked it. Like, I did taste it and was like, oh, get it out of here. So I'm ready to start brewing and bringing that into my life, and I'm really excited to see where I can go with the flavors. So, I mean, I'm not getting my SCOBY until Sunday, and then I'll have to use it to ferment my first batch of tea, so I won't even have my own brew for, 2, almost 3 weeks from now. But I've already, like, prepped some flavors to put into it and froze them for future use, and I've got everything I need. I bought all my tea and an extra bag of sugar, so I will probably share my experience on the podcast, because it's something I've been doing in this Let's Chat section of the podcast. So outside of kombucha, outside of crafting, I am just busy. So this week, I've talked in the past on the podcast that I go to school full-time at American Military University online, and I'm pursuing a degree in business administration, and it is finals week for me. So the way that American Military University does their classes, majority of them are 8-week courses, and so you can finish a class in 2 months. And so full-time is considered to be 2 classes. But because of the way the class dates start and end, and because of the way the GI Bill works as far as how they allow you to take classes, in order to get the most out of the GI Bill, you have to go to school full-time. If you go to school part-time, you're missing out on benefits that you essentially paid into. So I was either going to have to go to school part-time and risk losing some of my GI, or go to school more than part-time, which I have been doing, and it has been very difficult to balance school, work, life, crafts, so on. But this week is finals week for my 3 classes, and so I'm really excited to just get those finals out of the way, and then the way the classes, because I'm almost done with my degree, if I can continue the track that I've got set, my little academic plan, I will finish the requirements for my degree this November. So now that I'm getting up in the higher level classes, they're not offered as frequently. Emily's just humming. So because they're not offered as frequently, the start dates are weird, and my class schedule is strange. So next month I will only have 1 class, but that class will overlap into the next month where I will have 3. And then that first class ends, and so then I only have 2 the next month. So I kind of get a break next month, which I really need. But yeah, so school has been taking up all of my time. And then other than that, I have just been, working on Emily. We've been doing potty training, which has been interesting. And so any tips? I am interested in any tips you have. She's successfully been using the potty as long as she's not wearing bottoms. But if we put any sort of bottom on her, she just goes in her pants, like underwear or pants. My mother-in-law suggested putting her in a skirt so that she has something on but not touching her, so that she'll still use the potty. Right now, I've just been focusing on getting her to consistently use the potty. So. Mommy! Oh, I think she needs to share this. She does have chocolate all over her face because we've been rewarding her for using the potty. Why don't you show the camera, Emily? Show the camera what you brought me. What'd you bring me?
A penguin.
You brought me the penguin. And what did you say? This is pretty.
The color there.
Oh, that color and that color. Which one's your favorite color on here?
The eyes, the pink, I like yellow eyes.
You like it all. So why don't we show up close? Emily found this in my stash. This is Penguin Soup Balloon Room on her fairy sock base, which is a sparkle sock base. So, not surprised, Emily. Oh, you like it?
Mommy.
You have chocolate all over your face. What do you want me to make you with it?
Make a penguin.
Make a penguin? Do you want me to knit you a colorful penguin?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I the rest was a baby. So one was one. It's a penguin was a baby. The rest is a big penguin.
The penguin. You like the? What do you like more, the penguin or the yarn?
Cat.
What? Did you say what?
How about penguin?
You like the penguin. Oh, you're gonna get chocolate on it, but you do love it, huh? Do you like yarn?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a target because it's a ponytail.
Yeah.
This bitch. Whoop. I see it.
Wait, wait, wait.
Betty.
So really, other than that, all I've been doing is trying to get back into fitness, which
I love Betty.
you love the button too.
That's it. Second one.
Oh yeah. So I think Emily is here with me to stay, which means I don't think I'm gonna be able to record much longer
Get a pup.
without constant interruptions. So I'm just gonna go ahead and end the episode here. I may in the future only record every other week,
Mommy,
depending on my content. I feel like I didn't have a lot of content this week, so if this continues, I may only record every other week. We'll see. But until next time, guys, happy crafting, and I will see you hopefully next week. All right, bye.